Today, folks, on the same day Elon Musk and Grimes break up after 3 years together, that they also dropped the FSD beta request button, which just went live for version 10.1. It doesn't seem to be that any billionaire can keep a stable long-term relationship going, but luckily not as bad as Bill Gates or Bezos. But in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the recent video releases of many that are going on with city driving with the version 10 release. And then we're going to talk about Tesla valuation, what is going on with the stock price, and much more. So consider hitting that like button. But here we are on Hyperchange's channel just to take a look at like a 2-minute segment of kind of city driving with this new beta update. So let's get right into this, folks.
So overall, first impression here, pretty similar to version 10. Not noticing too much difference here. Maybe a little bit smoother. Yeah, honestly, a little bit smoother and more natural with kind of these complex maneuvers. Still doing this stuff where it like stops a little early. It's like, what are we doing, bro? Let's see, there we go. Give him a little juice. Excited to see what happens on the monorail, huh? Oh, this is a weird one. Ooh. Wow, let's go. Incredible. I did not disengage there. Incredible. Oh, we're already at the monorail? Oh my God. Wow. That was really, I kind of freaked out there because I thought it was going to mess up for sure. So that might be somewhere where it definitely improved. What's it doing here? Okay. Oh, gotta love it loves the monorail pillars. What's it doing here? Okay. It wants to run the red. Not ideal. Back us up a little. That was a weird one where it like made us turn and we were already kind of in the intersection, and so it wanted to just keep going. I don't know, maybe that was the right move. And Seattle just has so many weird streets like that. Ooh. Okay, I already kind of set it up for a monorail swoop without going around, so let's just see if this works. Reminder, most humans fail at the monorail test. Oh, this is killing it. Okay, there's a guy in the lane over there, so it's not going to be able to turn. And I do have it on a super slow speed. Ooh, fuck. I think it was going to do it. Ah, I just got nervous. Okay, let's let it. Okay, there we go. It kind of did it. Halfway through. All right, re-engage. Monorail test number 2. All right, here we go. Doesn't want to go. Oh, no, it's going. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. Oh, wow. That was the smoothest it's ever done right there. And it's never done that without a car in the tight right lane, and it was in the wide lane. And wow, that hyper shit, amazing work. Wow. I mean, so far, monorail test smoother than ever. I'm gonna do it one more time just for science, and then we're gonna go to other crazy places in Seattle and see what happens. I gotta say, this feels like a big improvement. Like just from first, look, ooh, see, this guy's trying to do the monorail swoop. Look, see, human pilot. That's definitely human pilot. See, people do this. That's what I've been saying. Like, you have to do it. And see, I'm gonna do it the other way now. You just like have to change lanes like this. This is just the game. So, damn, I'm glad we got that on camera.
Okay, so look, he's just kind of messing around here, trying to see if it'll actually do this really like impossible turn, and it seems pretty successful at it. I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the description below, but you can just look up Hyperchange. It's a pretty awesome ordeal. So I mean, the full self-driving beta is not actually like obviously taxi network ready. I mean, that's quite apparent at this point. But if I were to put a timeline on this, guys, I would say in rural areas where like the initial Tesla testing went on, where nobody wants to do it anymore, everyone wants to test this stuff in city driving. I feel like we'll end up getting a rollout for some version of taxi network in the next 2 or 3 years, where all of a sudden like there is no disengagements, and Elon, the Tesla team, will probably say, hey, here are some areas where this is actually more efficient than the human driving, so let's lobby this, see if we can get full self-driving like they've done in California with Google Waymo, let's say. But if we deep dive down into the stock, it seems like a lot of this PR has been pushing into the stock price, which honestly at this point in the game, I'm not that pleased with. I was buying in the 5 and 600 range. I hope a lot of you were as well. And it's nice to see that Michael Burry, when he released his short position bet on the middle of May, is finally getting absolutely obliterated. Again, rather see the stock down to buy it. But at this point, I like also seeing him get destroyed because I love the stock too much to be seeing somebody short bet against this volatile insanity. Now, when it comes to the stock, I would be sitting on it here hoping for a pullback. But again, there's a lot of hype going on. And I think in the spectrum of the valuation with Tesla, a lot of people are pushing out to 2025 when they're saying that the PE will come down. I know me, Kevin, gave it a PE valuation of like 50 in 2025. Personally, I really don't care about the company too much until we get to about 2030 timeframe, because that's when we're going to see the ultimate destruction of many of these other auto companies. Because Toyota right now is facing boycotts over its fight to slow electric vehicle progress, which is something that we heard about, as they are basically saying, hey, US, government policymakers here, you can't be giving out these infinite EV tax credits with no caps or limits on them because, hey, we're still working on some stuff. And what they're working on right now, guys, is primarily based around like solid state battery technology and a few other things, because they've been kind of late to the game because they were really betting on like hydrogen fuel cells, which we know aren't that efficient anyways, long ways from hydrogen fuel cells. And when we're talking about solid state batteries, that is literally the holy grail of the entire like battery world. If this company could figure out, and they're not even on the forefront. I mean, we do have solid state batteries. They're also relatively inefficient. They run at really high heat. It's dangerous because it's basically, if you guys know anything about electricity, capacitors are like instant storages of energy and an instant release of energy, because right now batteries take a while to charge. They take a while to pull the energy out. But with solid state, you can almost instantly dump energy in and instantly pull energy out. So you could literally capture like lightning in a bottle per se, but we're not there. And a lot of people are questionable, even if it's a possible reality. So it's kind of neat to see that Toyota is just trying to fight to get their grip on reality here. And it's the same with the self-driving, right? Like even if they get the grip on reality, the software side of this business is going to be so much more greater than just necessarily the electric side of it. But this is where we really start seeing the last decade of Tesla working on this ecosystem kind of come into fruition. Whereas we see, some of the companies figuring out the electric vehicle side of it, like Ford finally, but absolutely miserably failing at the self-driving side of it, right? So I'm confident that Tesla's going to be a solid 2030 play. That's when we'll start seeing the true consolidation of the auto industry. And that's when I think we're only going to see like a few handful of winners, like true winners in the EV space, because we've talked about this before, guys. But when you can do a self-driving taxi network that doesn't use fuel, that costs 50 to 80% less to rent than an Uber or a Lyft, that also means it's cheaper than actually owning a car just to use the taxi network. And that is when people will probably opt out of buying vehicles over actually just renting them, presuming a lot of more city and urban living would kind of gear toward that direction. So from a valuation proposition here, I think once we head toward that future, guys, it's going to come on so rapidly in the next 5 to 10 years that people will start really understanding the valuation behind Tesla, which at a 409 PE is pretty high. But again, we're talking about an ecosystem that is so comparable to Apple back in the day, so comparable to Amazon back in the day. And people just keep looking at the valuation metrics and keep missing this future that at this point is becoming more and more inevitable. Now, a few years ago, I sold out of Tesla because I was a lot more hesitant on saying, hey, self-driving is a lot harder of a problem than people think it is. But now Tesla's kind of really proving that capability. And once Doge comes online, the fact that all these people are testing version 10, that's just feeding the system even more data, which obviously comes at a magnitude where they're going to need way more data to kind of fill those more complicated sets of reality. It's really incredible stuff. But at this point, I want to pass the question off to you. Have you guys been watching a lot of the version 10 self-driving videos? What do you think about Tesla? Are you finally bullish on it? You still bearish in the short term? I'd love to hear about it. So stay cool, stay awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one.